So I want to salvage this couch. I don't want to destroy it when I'm placing this new fabric on top of it. So I am going to try to protect it by using plastic. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I'm going to try my best. And I will be using my trusty tacky glue to keep that done, to get it done. So first I want to cut this piece off. I don't know if it really would make a difference when cutting this off, but we'll check and see. I'm going to figure it out. So as I'm doing this, I'm sharing it with you. So it's not something that I've tried before. I am just winging it, thinking about it as I go. And if it doesn't work, then I'll try another way. But this is what and how I like to do things. Not always on a whim, but to protect this couch, I do want to protect it. So it may be a lot, so I'm going to try to use tape. Well, this kind of tape. If not, then I'll go into my masking tape if I need it. So I'll put that off to the side. But for right now, just want to check to see how far this can go to the back. So, yeah, I think doing it this way may be best. But I see that I am going to need another strip just so I can continue it in one phase. So let me cut this other bag so I won't have to stop. Alright, so I have my 2 pieces of plastic here, and I'm going to start with, from this point, I'm going to take it a little far in the back so I can kind of sort of tuck it under. I got to try to tuck it under here. So, and if it's too much, then I'll cut it off. So let's get some tape ready. That should not have been a good idea right there, because you know how tape get finicky when it touches too many surfaces, especially your skin with oils. But I'm going to try it anyways. Okay, I'm going to do one more piece here just to secure the top and bottom. So I have that, and I'll cut the addition off. So I have that, have this, and to make this come all the way over. See that there? Okay, so we have it tucked under. I'm not going to do anything else on that. I need to make sure I have enough to go down and pull in here. I just need to make sure it's loose enough so when I put the fabric on, I can tuck the fabric as well. So I think I tightened the back, this piece here, too tight, because even though, I mean, I could stretch it, I just don't want to stretch it a lot. So I'm going to loosen this just a bit. Just give a little piece right there. And that gives me a little bit extra space over here as well. So, and oh, okay, guys, all right, that's not going to work. I have to tighten this part down here first. And in order for me to keep this, I might have to use this right here. Okay, I'm glad I did that like that, because now I can go ahead and tighten this back. And I gotta find the tape first. Here we go. There it is. I think I want to undo this one also. So let's start over. All right. Let's take this piece off too. All right. Since we secure it on the bottom, that gives me a better feel for the cushions here. And I am definitely, okay, so I could put that down in there. And this in there, be attached to that. Oh yeah, that's much better. And I could tighten that back part up. Yeah, I can put that part on this. Okay. Put more piece here. So plenty enough. I can move that around. It's not too tight, and so now the white couch is protected from the glue. I may need to do the side, so let's go ahead and do that. I think I'm gonna take it from one end to another just to save tape. Not really saving tape, but to keep it all together. I'm pulling from one side to another. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so now I'm gonna have to get my fabric. I don't know if I really don't want to cut this fabric. I have plenty more if I need it, but I want to just see if I can just go like I planned and just, you know, put it there, you know, just put it down. So let's try that. I mean, if not, then we can go ahead and use that plastic like that. So what I'm going to do is put it a little higher. I have a spreader. Okay. I can feel it coming through the material, so, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep going. So, and then the thing about it is I do want those indentations in there as well. So I think I may need to just add some extra cushioning, and I have the exact thing to use for that. Give me 1 second. Voila. As you can see, I have some cotton swabs, or they're called rounds, and I can use to make the cushions just a little bit more pronounced. But I do need to cut off there. Now remember, guys, these scissors, I messed up some time ago cutting wood with And I've learned my lesson. I have learned to take care of my items. So I think I'm going to give this one more. So I'm going to have to do it for each one, I think. So I'm going to just tack it just a bit in the middle so it won't move. And the top is smaller than the bottom. I don't know if that is good to go right there. Then I can glue down this piece. And what I am going to do so, and nothing can go up in there, I'm going to give this, I'm going to use this one. This a little bit of protection, that little piece that we opened up right there. So, just put some tape on it so it won't go in. That's all. So we have that there. And what I can do is add a little bit of glue there. Put this here. Then I could push it down in between the back of it. I'm hoping that I don't need to cut off the front. As you see, it's leaning over a little bit. But I think I'll be okay with that. So let me try. Here. Yep, I can do one more. Okay. So let's so I have my cushions in, and let's see what we can go for on. See that? That gives you a little bit more noticeable cushions, like it's divided as like it's supposed to. And I can put some down in the inside. So we're going to do one side and then go over to the other. Okay. So put this here and put some on the front also. Let's do a little one here. Push it down. Up against that. On there. So I'm going to kind of push the cushion up against the arm. I don't want too much space in between there. See, in between there, I just want to push it up. Let me bring it a little closer. See how I don't want too much space showing in there. And I do want to get that round in there. So I'm trying to do it with one cloth without having to cut it, but I might, in order for me to make it nice and look good, you know, without having it look like something we just put together, I may need to snip a little bit somewhere, somehow, somewhere, you know, so that may need to happen. So I'm just looking over the material, seeing what I can do. I mean, it still would give me, if I just tuck this in, if I just tuck this in some more. That is that piece that's keep coming up. So I may need to snip it just a little bit higher here. I don't, because then I need that material to cover that snip, and wherever you're snipping, if I'm using, I have to think about that. I mean, it doesn't look bad like that once I tuck it under, here. So I may need to cut this strip. So, and if that's not a good thing, then I'm gonna have to start over. So I'm gonna cut more than I think. Guys, I definitely need my other shears. Hold on one second. All right, so if I go ahead and pull this around, and then I can go ahead and work on the arms. Let's make that just a little bit more. So I can see how that's going to look a little better. And I'm going to have some orange trim going down on the bottom anyways, so if anything, it will still be all right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this piece all the way to the back. Let's get that taken care of. You see the arms right here. We're going to need to adjust that. So that's good right there. I'm liking that. So we're just going to tack some glue and bring that all the way around, pushing it in, giving it still that round. I'm sorry, I keep getting you out of the picture here. So basically what I'm going to do, and here is where I probably would need to use a Q-tip. So I'm going to put some on a card, find the top, because I'm going to put it back upside down. Okay, I'll come back and look for you. And get a Q-tip here. Oh, not a Q-tip, but a toothpick. And just work with that curve. So I want to make that tight and bring that curve all the way around. Now I probably could just snip some of this off, so I won't have too much that is bulking it up. So I just cut a triangle out right there. That's good. Let's bring this a little tighter. That's good. And I'm going to put some behind this little piece here. This is my first time redoing upholstering a couch. So I know there is people out there saying, oh, you could have cut the strips that you need. And I will. My next time, I promise you I will. So now I want to tack that extra fabric that is sitting up like that. It probably already has some in there, but just so it won't pull, because I have not. And I'll go back and I'll remove some of this extra. As a matter of fact, I can probably do that now. So now what I want to do is I want to go underneath this arm here so we can keep that curve in the side arm right there. So I am going to keep that there and go under with the plastic. And of course, it would be much, much easier if the plastic was not there. But again, I didn't want to mess up the white couch, because I might want to take this house apart and use the white couch for something else. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to push that all the way back and tuck that all the way in to give it that roundness. That is showing very good. And I'm still keeping my cushions as is. I probably can go ahead and cut this off so that I can tighten it just a little bit more, since I've already done that part there. That's a good thing. And that way everything can lay flat. I can push that up with my tool here. I'm going to use this one because it gets it even more tighter up under there. I like that. Okay, so let's get these cushions tied down. Okay, so we're just going to add some in the back and the middle and on the sides. Yeah, I do. So let's start tucking. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to go ahead and do the same as we did on this side onto this arm. Okay. I got this other side tapered down, so now I'm going to finish out the back of the couch. I did have this extra piece of material, and that's going to help me keep everything tight. Oh, I pulled that too tight. So we're going to pull that back up to the front. Don't want it too tight. And I still want to see the pleats of my sides. So yeah, let's get that back in order. Okay. And let's trim this off. Okay, I'll come back to that part here. So far it's looking pretty good. Okay. So let's continue on. So now I just need to pull this back piece down to complete the back of the couch. And then fold on the outside. So let's get this piece attached. Let's just attach this right quick. I think I just did it correctly. And then just fold. Yes, I did. I'm trying my best not to put so much glue on the material because, as you can see, you can see it coming through, but because of the pattern, you can't really, unless you really look up in there, you can see where the glue is, like back right here. And other than that, I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. So I'm trying my best not to put so much glue on the material coming off. Excuse me. So I will cut this piece because as I'm pulling, everything looks good in the back. So I will cut the excess of this. Oops, I could probably have gotten a little, oh, there we go. Just add a little bit here. Don't want that piece to look separated. Okay. Now, you can go ahead and put our orange strip down the bottom. And we can cut this piece off shortly. Let's just make sure it stays straight. Yeah, because we want it to go all the way to the bottom. Yes, just like that. The original couch, as you see, had a black trim on the top and a orange trim all the way around the back and the sides. You can't really see it from this picture here, but this is the only picture I have, but it's good enough for me to know what I need to do. So I went on and and trimmed off the extra pieces of hanging material. So I did all of that, and I looked in my stash and I found all of these little pieces I cut at one time because when I was making the apron for the Rainbow Cafe. So I looked through it, found a piece, and I cut a small trim of that. So now I have my black trim for around it, and here is my orange bottom part of the couch. So let's get to putting this onto this couch. Alrighty, so I need to decide whether I want to put the orange on first and then put the black, or put the black on first. It do have some rough edges, and I'm not going to do it very tight. I'm just going to lay it on there. It doesn't have to be tight at this point. But I do want it to go underneath of the cushions. And then put the orange around. So that is how I probably most likely would do it, like this. So let's get started. So I'm going to put the black on first. And I think I cut enough for it to go all the way around. It doesn't have to meet all the way in the back, but I do have enough to do it. So let's start from the back. I'm just going to put in different places on the strip. you.